All right, go to energy. Sound of the malware is going down. It's in green right now. There we go. Unknown shutdown. That's a constant. QuickTime is using significant energy. All right, so I'm going to close that and go here. I have 55 items. I'm not going to open them as yet. These are the titles of them. All right, let's see what happens. 55. All right, so they're never in order. There's remote, but what it should have is remote services and then these two. So I'm going to close that and do them individually, perhaps. Okay, QuickTime recording, but it's not enforce quit. I'm not going to explain, they're right here. 2 QuickTime, 2 previews in screen time, remote service, universal access, remote service. Now, at 2:27:24 for upload number 514, PowerD prevents sleep, right there. I am not charging the Mac. PowerD prevents sleep at 2:27:24. But at 2:27:59, suddenly PowerD does not prevent sleep. So here's PowerD, and it does not prevent sleep. Right there. So that's this one here, and that's the one. This is the one previously. 2:27:24. Yes, it prevents sleep. That's August the 2nd. And 2:27:59. It does not prevent sleep. All right, all the screenshots are jumbled. He does that a lot, so I'm gonna do them individually, as I said. All right, 97% charge, but 20 hours before the Mac is fully charged. All right, over there it says more than 10 hours. QuickTime on Safari using significant energy, but Safari is 1.0. Here, again, same thing. A short while later, a few minutes later, 98% power now, but time until full remains at 20 hours. The Mac is very loud, 8,000 plus RPMs. Okay, and this is what's happening on the Mac. Windows Server has for a long time been on top, but it will never show in the drop-down menu. Only usually QuickTime, Safari, Activity Monitor are the 3 normal ones. Never Windows Server. All right, so these ones here. PowerD is a foreign power charge. This is not my IP address. This one here is always ticked off and grayed out. Remote service. Now, the drop down list here is grayed out. These items are grayed out. 8 options are grayed out. So some days they're grayed out, some days they're not. So on that day, 8 is grayed out. On this day, 2 are grayed out. All processes are restricted. Spotlight are missing details right here. And remote view. And then on another day, Spotlight is not missing details, they're filled in. Power D equal foreign power charge, no visible network. Preview is not open in the dock, but it's using energy. It's not open in the dock there. Screen capture is at 40.8. Data moving, sent and received, but no visible network. And then on yet another day, the bottom one is not grayed out, just one option from the drop down menu here for activity monitor is grayed out. And again, data is always moving. Okay, so it doesn't matter how many times I quit, and this is my program that I bought, every process is restricted, they all come back. And I think that's a feature of Apple, but nothing can really be shut down. So I'm going to move this one here, and I now have 45 items. This is what's happening on the Mac. Over 8,000 RPMs. Mac is very hot compared to other computers. Unknown shutdown, I've mentioned that before, that's a norm. Open. Alright, so power D equal foreign power charge, remote service, system preference, screen time, remote view, and network is remote service. Lots more than 100% of CPU usage, 112 or 110 degrees with nearly 8,000 RPMs. Kernel task is always at 0. Significant energy use, 10 million packets sent to Safari networking. Remote service, Power D, as I said, is always foreign charge. I am not charging the Mac right there in that screenshot. Security is remote service. Preview is running here but not open in the dock. Remote view service and security remote service here. So I have security remote service, and I have remote service here, security. Alright, kernel task always 0, preview not open in the dock but running here. Power equal foreign charge because I'm not charging the Mac. Security remote service. All processes are restricted. Over 10 million packets sent to Safari networking. QuickTime, always 2 QuickTimes, always 2 previews in screen time. Mac is hotter than the average computer. This is when I start up the Mac. It averages about 3,000 packets in and out. There's packets moving without any visible network with a temperature of 212 degrees. Kernel task is always 0. System preference here, it says screen time is opened. System preference there, and then remote view service here. View auxiliary, I usually get 2 of those. More than 100% CPU, 2 QuickTimes and 2 previews in screen time. That should never happen. YouTube 162% energy impact. Kernel task always 0. Power D is a foreign power charge, 1 or 2 seconds, always added to the uploads, and it's just processing here, but YouTube is using 162% energy. Kernel task always 0. Preview is not open at the dock but is using 9.7 energy impact here and 9.7 here. They basically mirror each other. Change is processes are listed differently and I had to undo it and change it back. That's normal. My settings are changed constantly. The moment the Mac is opened, I don't know why this one is so small, but the moment the Mac is opened, MDNS responder sends and receives data, as does user event agent, and I think it's core speech D. Data is moving, no visible network. I have no idea why this screenshot is so small, but I have no control over the computer. Data is sending and receiving here, right here at the bottom. Again, no visible network. But these are the three common ones where data is being sent. Core speech D, MDNS responder, user event agent, and actually log D. Amazing. This must be an important screenshot because it's shrunk. Okay, so two quick times, two previews, as I've said. In screen time, data is always moving. Here data is moving, but no visible network again. Sys log D is sending and receiving 19 KB of data. View bridge auxiliary, there's usually two, and I have screen time is open here, and I have screen time here, system preference there, but no remote view on this one. But I have universal access D. All right, and here kernel task, KERNEL task, always at 0. Windows Server always running at very high when I'm uploading. Send and receive data over 9 million to Safari networking. Remote service, power D. I'm not charging the Mac, that's Stalker charging the Mac. And security is remote service. And here Spotlight has no detail, but I've already shown where Spotlight has changed. So back and forth, lots of changes, has nothing to do with me, that's Stalker. All processes restricted. Remote view, kernel task EL is always 0. Windows Server excessively high. Kernel task EL is always 0 again. Windows Server is at 51. Safari using significant energy, charged at 99%. But Safari is usually, where Safari is not here, but oh yes, it's here. It's at 7. Alright, all processes restricted. Again, Spotlight will not show its detail, but that changed today. Kernel task EL is 0 as always. YouTube is 106. Windows Server 108. And there's Spotlight again, and it will not show the detail. All these processes are active processes. CPU usage, of course, more than it's nearly 300% usage. Kernel task EL, KERNEL task is 0 when it shouldn't be. Significant user of energy, QuickTime, and Safari is 1.1. And there's no QuickTime listed here, but screen capture is 33.6. Battery is charged. KERNEL is 0. Data moving, no visible network. Data is always moving. 100% charge, lasts 4 hours here, but that changes over time. 100% power is fully charged, and power D is here. It's not. I'm not charging the Mac, but Stalker is. So sometimes I have a long upload page which is blank right here, sometimes it's short, but all uploads are saved as draft. Kernel task EL task always 0, more than 100% CPU usage. All my data when I'm uploading Studio YouTube is sent to Safari networking, not to Studio YouTube. It's sent to Safari networking. This is not my IP address. This thing here is always ticked off and grayed out. When I undo it, it will tick itself off and gray out. Kernel task is always 0. Activity monitor 63. My computer is always hotter than the average computer. MDNS responder, always sending data, as is user event agent. Here is, I do have network. All processes are restricted. YouTube is using 98% impact. Kernel EL task is always at 0. MDNS responder, here we go, sending information, as does user event agent, here we go, sending packets and receiving packets. Yeah, power D is a foreign charge because I'm not charging the Mac right now. And this one here is active processes, all processes restricted, over 10 million packets sent to Safari networking, never to YouTube Studio. Kernel task always at 00. The only person who listens to me is Stalker. Remote service and preview is running here, but it's not open in the dock. Alright, QuickTime running here, but it's not in force quit. It's recording, no app using significant energy. That changes, don't trust that. It will not, screen time will not show categories that has been accessing my Mac. The time usage is 0. And screen capture is at 41, which is excessively high. So I have screen capture and QuickTime at the same time. That's important. All processes restricted. Shared file list D. Now I'm charging the Mac, so it says power D, but I'm charging there. Safari networking, of course, always sending and receiving data, but the important thing is QuickTime is here, and so is screen capture. Okay, QuickTime is here, and so is screen capture. Both recording my screen, possibly. What's using significant energy is QuickTime, but QuickTime is at 5.4. Safari is using significant energy, but Safari is at 0.6. Power D, I'm not charging the Mac, that's a foreign power source, and data always moving to Safari networking. Okay, not to YouTube Studio. Here we go. Data moving to Safari networking, power D, when I'm not charging the Mac. Remote service, system preferences here, so remote service, system preference, screen saver is system preference, network is remote service, and yeah, kernel task I said is 0. Windows Server, when I'm uploading, is #1 user of energy. Windows Server. Kernel task EL task is 0. Safari networking, same as usual. Remote view. There's system preference and there's remote view for system preference. Spotlight is hiding its detail. There's a remote view, and network is remote service. Alright, and that's their system preference. KER and EL task, Studio YouTube 99% impact. There's the impact. All processes restricted. Again, same Safari networking. Alright, all processes restricted. User event agent sending and receiving data. Trusted D sending and receiving data. MDNS responder, same thing. Power D foreign power charge. Safari networking, 10 million packets sent to Safari networking, none to YouTube Studio. Kernel task always 0. Power D is the same, foreign power charge. Packets sent and received, of course, to Safari networking. Power D, foreign power charge. I have preview open here, but not in the dock, and foreign remote view. Windows Server, again, always #1 user of energy. Preview is running at 20.9 energy impact, but it's not open on the dock. Like I said, preview, the malware piggybacks on preview and QuickTime. System UI server sending and receiving data, as is log D. Shared file list is important. I do not share. Launch D always sends and receives data, and no visible network. Power D again, foreign power charge. Preview again, not open in the dock but using energy. No visible network. Data sent and received. Packet sent, received. 48 bytes, 1 KB, 1 KB. System preference and QuickTime. There's screen capture and there's QuickTime. KERNEL task is always 0, and Spotlight will not show its detail. Remote view here. Safari using significant energy, not. Yep, Windows Server #1 user of the Mac in terms of energy. Windows Server #1 user of energy. Quick Finder using significant energy. And screen time service is system preference, and I have remote view, system preference here, and then I have system preference here. Alright, 2 quick times in usage. 2 quick times. There's 2 previews and 2 quick times. Right now there's 2 quick times. And my computer is hotter than about 50 degrees hotter than the average computer, 212 degrees. And these are the things running without any visible network. Foreign power source and iCloud docs. I have not signed into iCloud. I am not signed into iCloud. Spotlight is now revealing detail. Preview is running here, but it's not open in the dock. And no visible network, but data is already moving. Right there, 1 KB. Foreign power charge, user event agent sending 50 KB of data to user event agent when there is no visible network. Alright, remote view service, power D when I'm not charging the Mac. System preference is opened here, and it says remote view here, system preference. Okay, Windows Server again, #1 user of energy in the Mac when I'm uploading. So I have QuickTime, Safari, system preference using significant energy. And here's the system preference. Security is remote service. Of course, the same old stuff. Kernel task, always 0. And here, screen capture has switched places with Windows Server. Screen capture is now 50.7 here of CPU percentage. Significant energy use. Preview is running at 17.8, but it's not open in the dock. Screen capture has switched place again with Windows Server, and it's using significant energy. No visible network. Power, the power D is a foreign power charge. I'm not charging the Mac. Universal access ACC. Okay, no, that's fine. Universal access D is common. It's always there. Data moving, 1 KB, 48 bytes, always, but no visible network on that one. No visible network right there. Oh, and this one here, Apple high service, whatever. No visible network. As I said, Safari networking, always getting data is always sent to Safari networking. Windows Server, here we go, on top again. Safari is running at 2.7, but here it says significant energy. Foreign power charge. System preference again is using significant energy. Here's system preference at 1.8. 9 million packets sent to Safari networking, and same old. So the status of your wireless connection is unknown. Wi-Fi is amber. This is continuously ticked off and grayed out. And no visible network because it's unknown. Wi-Fi velocity D is using energy. Wireless radio manager D is how he gets access to the Mac. Power D is a foreign power charge. I'm not charging the Mac. Sharing D, I do not share. but it's using energy, and Wi-Fi is consuming energy, but it's unknown. So the Mac is always connected, and network is remote surface. Safari networking, same thing. YouTube Studio 171. PowerD, foreign power charge, and that's it. 73 is preview. Remote view, universal access D, there's QuickTime, and there's screen capture. Alright, and I'm going to QuickTime preview using significant energy. QuickTime preview using significant energy. QuickTime preview using significant energy, and there's a foreign power charge, and